Yo.
10 ways to fix your resume when you're not entry level anymore. We asked experts from Top Resume to make over the resume of a professional with enough experience to no longer be considered entry level. The experts top-loaded the resume, made it easier to read, and emphasized job experience over college experience. You can use these tips to make over your own resume. Listen, Business Insider. It may not feel like it, but once you've got a few years of job experience under your belt, you're not an entry-level employee anymore, you're mid-level. Your approach to finding a job will need to change accordingly. No longer can you rely on what you did in college to impress potential employers. Now it's up to you to convey what you've learned and accomplished in the working world. With a diverse range of positions over the past 5 years, Lucy, not her real name, wanted to find a job supporting the administration in higher education, but her resume, which read more like that of an entry-level worker, wasn't landing her interviews. As part of Business Insider's Resume Makeover series with Top Resume, we thought we could help. We asked Joe S., a resume writer with Top Resume, to rewrite Lucy's resume and make it more appropriate for a mid-level employee looking to transition careers. Joe focused on highlighting the hard and soft skills Lucy has acquired from her various positions. He also emphasized her experience in teaching to position her for entry into a role more focused on learning and development. Amanda Augustine, the career advice expert for Top Resume, explains some of the changes Joe made to Lucy's resume to prepare her for the job search. Added LinkedIn profile. Listen, Business Insider. Lucy already had a LinkedIn profile, but she hadn't added this information to her resume. Joe made sure Lucy customized the public URL for his LinkedIn profile to include her name before adding it to her new resume. LinkedIn is not only a great place to build your personal brand and make connections in your field, but employers expect to find you on there, Augustine said. She pointed to a JobVite survey, which found that about 90% of employers use LinkedIn to search for and evaluate job candidates. Remove street address. Listen, Business Insider. Gone are the days when you're required to include your full mailing address at the top of your resume, Augustine said. In fact, she said that many security-conscious professionals intentionally remove this information out of fear of identity theft. If you're searching for a job close to home, Augustine suggested including your city, state, and zip code at the top of your resume and excluding your street address. Otherwise, it's best to leave the entire thing off. Made job goals clear. Listen, Business Insider. Since Lucy held several different positions over the past few years, Augustine said her job goals weren't obvious at first glance of her old resume. Joe added the professional title and subhead to the top of her new resume to clearly spell out her immediate goals and set the stage for her professional summary. Developed her professional summary. Listen, Business Insider. Crafting the perfect elevator pitch is an important way to sell yourself as a job seeker. Regardless of your profession, everyone becomes a marketer when it's time to look for work, Augustine said. And your resume will become a key part of your personal marketing campaign. Joe created a professional summary at the top of Lucy's resume that summarized her qualifications for the reader. In addition to highlighting her most marketable and relevant skills, this professional summary reframes Lucy's experience and sets the tone for the rest of the resume, Augustine said. Reinforced bilingual skills at the top. Listen, Business Insider. Language skills are often considered a valuable selling point in the job market, Augustine said. If you speak more than one language, be sure to highlight this information on your resume. To emphasize Lucy's bilingual skills, Jo added them to her professional summary, in addition to the education and credentials section to ensure a recruiter won't overlook these highly marketable skills. Created an Areas of Expertise section in Listen, Business Insider. Jo also created an Areas of Expertise section that is full of relevant keywords and technical proficiencies. Not only will this section make it easier for a recruiter to quickly scan the top of Lucy's resume and get a good sense of her capabilities, but it will also help her application make it past the electronic filters, known as applicant tracking systems, that pre-screen applications before they are passed on to HR for review, Augustine said. Removed internships from professional experience section in Listen, Business Insider. Now that Lucy is no longer an entry-level professional, Augustine said there is no need to reference her internships on her resume. Your college internships, while valuable, will only serve you during your first year or two after graduation, she said. After that, employers will look to your most recent work experience to gauge your fit for their open position. 8. Used bullet points to call attention to results and contributions on Listen, Business Insider. Lucy's old resume used bullets to format all the information listed in her work history section. While this practice isn't uncommon, Augustine said it doesn't make for a visually appealing resume. To make Lucy's resume more aesthetically pleasing and still informative, Jo restructured each job under her work history section into two parts. 1. A short blurb that describes her position. A few bullets that call out the information employers care most about, like key contributions and achievements. Eliminated GPA from education details on Listen, Business Insider. At this point in Lucy's career, her education takes a backseat to her real-world experience, Augustine said. As a result, Lucy's education is listed at the bottom of her resume and her GPA is eliminated entirely. Once you're no longer a recent college graduate, there's no reason to list your GPA on your resume, Augustine said. Redesign layout to be more recruiter and ATS friendly in Listen, Business Insider. While it may be tempting to jazz up the design of your resume, it's important to remember that recruiters are accustomed to looking for certain pieces of information in specific areas of a resume document, Augustine said. The less time a recruiter spends hunting for information on your resume, the more likely you are to make it to the next stage of the hiring process. Augustine said that applicant tracking systems, the bots that scan your resume and decide if you're a good fit for the position, tend to have trouble reading and parsing resume information when it doesn't follow a traditional layout. To solve this, Jo streamlined Lucy's resume overall so that recruiters and hiring managers may review information quickly. With clearer headings and more organized content, it will also play well with the ATS software, Augustine said.